Today, we're focusing on something called overactive bladder. In fact, we actually don't really know the etiology of overactive bladder. It's a clinical diagnosis according to International Continence Society, ICS, defining that it is this sensation of compelling desire to void, frequency during daytime and frequency during nighttime. In fact, it is a lot more common than you imagine, because in men it can affect between 7 to 27% and women can affect between 9 to 43%. And that constitutes many consultations with the general practitioner and specialist. How do we make the diagnosis? It is a clinical diagnosis. The clinical diagnosis of finding out the frequency, urgency, and also nighttime urination, and also making sure that there's no infection, there is no problems with enlarged prostate, or there's no problem with obstruction. However, overactive bladder can also be a neurological condition. For example, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, and also diabetes that can induce these problems with the nerve. As a result of that, you get frequent urination. The key part is that some men presented with a GP with problems of overactive bladder and sexual dysfunction such as erectile dysfunction. So therefore, the conditions such as diabetes, Parkinson's, and also multiple sclerosis can also result in nerve damage, resulting in erectile dysfunction. The key associating factors with overactive bladders are caffeine intake, diabetes, and also obesity. So therefore, a healthier lifestyle tends to solve the problems. If that problem doesn't solve, there are multiple medications that can be used, such as anticholinergic, beta-3 agonists, and also if it's related with prostate, medications such as alpha blockers can help as well. So in summary, there is a correlation between overactive bladder and also sexual dysfunction, predominantly nerve-related. However, other common problems that causes both overactive bladder and also erectile dysfunction are such as diabetes and obesity. If all of that can be resolved, then sexual functions can restore. Next week, we're going to discuss frequency of urination in association with prostatitis. So if you've been diagnosed with prostatitis or you think you've got prostatitis that causes frequent urination, you need to find out whether it is causing erectile dysfunction and sexual dysfunction as well. Stay tuned for next week's Putting Dr. G on the Spot.